Detective Evelyn Harper stepped into the dimly lit cathedral, her footsteps muffled by the ancient stone floor. The Whispering Gallery loomed above her, its curved walls stretching high into the vaulted ceiling. As she ascended the spiral staircase, a sense of foreboding settled over her like a shroud. Evelyn's gaze swept across the gallery, taking in the intricate carvings and stained glass windows. But it was the acoustics that captured her attention, the way whispers seemed to dance along the walls, carrying secrets from centuries past. Her thoughts were interrupted by the arrival of Adrian Blackwood, his footsteps echoing in the cavernous space. Evelyn studied him carefully, noting the tension in his shoulders and the haunted look in his eyes. "Detective Harper," Adrian greeted her, his voice barely above a whisper. "Thank you for meeting me here." Evelyn nodded, her gaze never wavering. "You mentioned you have information regarding your brother's death?" Adrian hesitated, his fingers twitching nervously at his sides. "Yes," he said finally, "but we can't talk here. The walls have ears, you know." Evelyn raised an eyebrow, intrigued despite herself. "Then where do you suggest we go?" Adrian glanced around the gallery, his expression troubled. "Follow me," he said, leading her toward a secluded alcove hidden from view. As they settled into the shadows, Evelyn's senses heightened, every whisper and rustle amplified by the cathedral's eerie acoustics. She leaned in closer, her voice barely a murmur. "Tell me everything, Mr. Blackwood. I'm listening." And so, in the hushed confines of the Whispering Gallery, the echoes of the past began to unravel, setting into motion a chain of events that would shake Evelyn to her core. Adrian Blackwood's confession hung heavy in the air, his words punctuated by the faint echoes of the Whispering Gallery. Evelyn listened intently, her mind racing as she pieced together the fragments of his story. "So you're saying your brother's death wasn't an accident?" she asked, her voice barely audible above the cathedral's whispered secrets. Adrian nodded, his eyes dark with guilt. "Victor's manuscript, it contained secrets that someone was willing to kill for." Evelyn's brow furrowed as she considered his words. "And you believe these secrets led to his death?" Adrian's gaze faltered, his hands trembling in his lap. "I don't know what to believe anymore," he admitted. "All I know is that I can't trust anyone, not even my own family." Evelyn studied him carefully, sensing the weight of his burden. "You're not alone, Mr. Blackwood," she said softly. "We'll get to the bottom of this together." But even as she spoke the words, doubt gnawed at Evelyn's insides, a shadowy reminder of the dangers that lurked within the cathedral's ancient walls. As they lingered in the darkness of the alcove, the echoes of betrayal whispered around them, a haunting reminder of the secrets yet to be uncovered. Days turned into weeks as Evelyn delved deeper into the mystery surrounding Victor Blackwood's death. With each passing moment, the Whispering Gallery seemed to come alive, its echoes swirling around her like a sinister symphony. Clues emerged like shards of shattered glass, each fragment leading her closer to the truth. But for every answer she uncovered, a dozen more questions surfaced in their wake. Adrian Blackwood remained her only ally in a sea of uncertainty, his haunted eyes a constant reminder of the stakes at hand. Together, they navigated the labyrinthine corridors of the cathedral, their footsteps echoing in the empty halls. But as they drew closer to the heart of the mystery, Evelyn couldn't shake the feeling of being watched, the sense that they were not alone in their pursuit. And then, one fateful night, as they stood beneath the towering arches of the Whispering Gallery, the echoes of the past rose up to meet them, shrouding them in darkness. For in the cathedral's ancient depths, secrets whispered and shadows stirred, waiting to claim their next victim in the deadly dance of deception. As Evelyn braced herself for the final confrontation, she knew that the true test lay not in unraveling the mystery, but in surviving the echoes of the Whispering Gallery. Evelyn sifted through the pages of Victor Blackwood's manuscript, searching for any hint, any clue that might shed light on his untimely demise. The cathedral's library offered solace in its quiet embrace, the dusty tomes a testament to centuries of secrets. As she traced her fingers along the faded text, a single phrase caught her eye, a cryptic message hidden within the pages. "Beneath the arches lies the truth," it read, its meaning as elusive as the whispers that echoed through the cathedral's hallowed halls. With a sense of urgency, Evelyn shared her discovery with Adrian, their minds racing to decipher its hidden meaning. Could it be a reference to the Whispering Gallery itself? Or was there something more sinister lurking beneath the surface? Together, they combed through the cathedral's ancient archives, seeking answers in the shadows of forgotten lore. But as the hours slipped by, Evelyn couldn't shake the feeling that they were running out of time, that the truth lay just beyond their grasp, waiting to be unveiled. And so, with determination in her heart and the echoes of the past urging her forward, Evelyn embarked on a journey into the depths of the cathedral, guided by the cryptic clue that would lead her one step closer to the heart of the mystery. As Evelyn delved deeper into the labyrinthine corridors of the cathedral, she couldn't shake the feeling of being watched, the sense that every shadow held a secret, every whisper a lie. With Adrian at her side, she navigated the treacherous twists and turns of the ancient structure, her senses attuned to the faintest hint of danger. But try as she might, she couldn't escape the feeling that they were walking into a trap, that their every move was being watched by unseen eyes. And then, as they reached the heart of the cathedral, Evelyn's fears were realized. For there, beneath the arches of the Whispering Gallery, stood a figure cloaked in darkness, a figure whose presence sent shivers down her spine. "Who are you?" Evelyn demanded, her voice echoing in the cavernous space. The figure stepped forward, revealing himself to be none other than Victor Blackwood's longtime editor, Malcolm Sinclair. His eyes gleamed with malice as he regarded Evelyn and Adrian, his lips twisting into a sinister smile. "You shouldn't have come here, detective," he said, his voice dripping with contempt. "You're meddling in affairs you don't understand." But Evelyn refused to be intimidated. With steely resolve, she faced Sinclair head-on, her mind racing to unravel the tangled web of deception that surrounded them. And as the echoes of their confrontation reverberated through the Whispering Gallery, Evelyn knew that the final showdown was fast approaching, that the time had come to confront the truth, no matter the cost. In the heart of the cathedral, Evelyn Harper stood face to face with Malcolm Sinclair, the echoes of their confrontation ringing in her ears. With each passing moment, the tension in the air grew thicker, the weight of the cathedral's secrets pressing down upon them like a suffocating blanket. "Why, Malcolm?" Evelyn demanded, her voice cutting through the silence like a knife. "What drove you to murder?" Sinclair's expression twisted with rage, his facade of calm crumbling in the face of Evelyn's accusations. "You think you know everything, don't you?" he spat. "But you have no idea what Victor was capable of, what he was planning." Evelyn's mind raced as she tried to make sense of Sinclair's words. What could Victor have been planning that was worth killing for? And how did Sinclair fit into the puzzle? But before she could press him further, a sudden commotion erupted from the shadows, a flurry of movement followed by the sound of footsteps echoing in the darkness. And then, as Evelyn and Sinclair turned to face the source of the disturbance, a figure emerged from the shadows, a figure whose presence sent shockwaves rippling through the cathedral. It was Adrian Blackwood, his eyes wide with terror as he stumbled into the light. "Evelyn," he gasped, his voice barely a whisper. "You need to see this." With a sinking feeling in her stomach, Evelyn followed Adrian into the depths of the cathedral, where the final revelation awaited, a revelation that would shake her to her core and send shockwaves through the Whispering Gallery. As they reached their destination, Evelyn braced herself for the truth, knowing that whatever lay ahead would change everything she thought she knew about Victor Blackwood's death and the dark secrets that lay buried within the cathedral's ancient walls. Evelyn Harper stood on the precipice of truth, the weight of the cathedral's secrets bearing down upon her like a heavy cloak. With each step she took, the echoes of her footsteps reverberated through the ancient halls, a reminder of the journey that had led her here. As she gazed into the darkness, Evelyn's thoughts turned to Adrian Blackwood, the man whose life had been irrevocably altered by the sins of his brother. Despite the darkness that threatened to consume him, she sensed a flicker of hope within his eyes, a glimmer of redemption waiting to be embraced. "Adrian," she said, her voice gentle yet firm. "It's not too late to make things right." But Adrian's gaze remained fixed on the shadows, his expression haunted by the ghosts of the past. "How can you say that?" he whispered, his voice tinged with despair. "After everything I've done." Evelyn reached out, her hand resting lightly on Adrian's shoulder. "We all make mistakes," she said softly. "But it's what we do next that defines us." With those words hanging in the air like a benediction, Evelyn led Adrian into the light, their footsteps echoing in harmony as they embarked on a journey of redemption, a journey that would lead them out of the shadows and into the dawn of a new day. As Evelyn and Adrian emerged from the depths of the cathedral, a sense of purpose burned within them like a beacon in the night. With the truth at their backs and justice as their guide, they set out to confront the darkness that had plagued their lives for far too long. Their path led them to the heart of the city, where the echoes of Victor Blackwood's legacy reverberated through the streets like a silent lament. But as they drew closer to the truth, Evelyn knew that their journey was far from over, that the final showdown awaited, just beyond the horizon. With determination in her heart and the weight of the cathedral's secrets behind her, Evelyn faced her greatest challenge yet, a challenge that would test her resolve and push her to the brink of despair. But she was not alone. With Adrian by her side and the echoes of justice ringing in her ears, Evelyn Harper stood tall against the darkness, ready to face whatever trials lay ahead. For in the end, she knew that justice would prevail, that the echoes of the past would fade into memory, leaving behind a future filled with hope and redemption. And as they stepped into the light, Evelyn knew that their journey was far from over, that as long as there were shadows to be vanquished and secrets to be uncovered, she would be there, standing against the darkness with unwavering resolve and unyielding courage. In the aftermath of their journey, Evelyn Harper stood beneath the arches of the Whispering Gallery, the echoes of the past fading into the ether like a whispered prayer. With the truth laid bare and justice served, she felt a sense of peace wash over her, a peace born of triumph and tempered by the knowledge that some wounds would never fully heal. As she gazed out at the cathedral's grandeur, Evelyn reflected on the lessons she had learned, the power of redemption, the resilience of the human spirit, and the enduring resonance of truth in a world shrouded in darkness. And though the echoes of their journey would linger in her heart for years to come, Evelyn knew that she had emerged from the shadows stronger than before, a beacon of hope in a world fraught with uncertainty. With a final glance at the Whispering Gallery, Evelyn turned and walked away, her footsteps echoing in the silence, a testament to the indomitable spirit of those who dared to seek the truth, no matter the cost. And as she disappeared into the night, the cathedral stood silent and watchful, its secrets buried beneath the weight of centuries, its walls echoing with the whispers of a story that would never be forgotten. In the dim light of the cathedral's crypt, Evelyn and Adrian confronted the truth that lay hidden beneath the surface, a truth more sinister than either of them could have imagined. Before them lay a labyrinth of lies and deception, each thread woven together to conceal a darker purpose. As Evelyn studied the evidence before her, her mind raced to connect the dots, to unravel the tangled web of deceit that threatened to consume them all. With Adrian's help, she pieced together the fragments of the puzzle, each revelation bringing them closer to the heart of the mystery. But with every answer they uncovered, a dozen more questions emerged, leading them down a rabbit hole of uncertainty and fear. And then, as they delved deeper into the darkness, Evelyn stumbled upon a clue that sent shockwaves rippling through her very being, a clue that would expose the truth behind Victor Blackwood's death and the sinister forces at play. As she gazed upon the evidence before her, Evelyn knew that the time had come to confront the shadows of the past, to shine a light on the darkness that lurked within the cathedral's ancient walls. As Evelyn and Adrian raced against the clock to unravel the mystery of Victor Blackwood's death, they found themselves drawn deeper into the heart of the cathedral, a place where whispers held sway and shadows danced in the flickering light. With each step they took, the tension in the air grew thicker, the weight of their burden pressing down upon them like a suffocating veil. But they refused to be deterred, their resolve unwavering in the face of adversity. And then, as they reached the Whispering Gallery once more, Evelyn's senses tingled with anticipation, her heart pounding in her chest. For here, amidst the echoes of the past, lay the key to unlocking the truth, a truth that had eluded them for far too long. With bated breath, Evelyn and Adrian embarked on their final journey into the heart of darkness, guided by the whispers that beckoned them forward. And as they crossed the threshold into the unknown, they knew that their fate, and the fate of all who had come before them, hung in the balance. In the heart of the cathedral, Evelyn and Adrian stood face to face with the darkness that threatened to consume them, a darkness born of betrayal and deceit. But as they gazed into the abyss, they refused to surrender to despair, their spirits unbroken by the trials that lay ahead. With each passing moment, they drew strength from one another, their bond forged in the crucible of adversity. Together, they confronted the shadows of the past, their voices rising above the whispers that sought to drown them out. And as they faced their greatest challenge yet, they knew that victory lay within their grasp. With a final surge of determination, Evelyn and Adrian cast aside the veil of deception that had clouded their vision, their hearts ablaze with the light of truth. And as the echoes of their triumph reverberated through the cathedral's ancient halls, they knew that they had emerged victorious, that the whispers of the past had been silenced at last. In the aftermath of their ordeal, Evelyn and Adrian emerged from the cathedral's depths, their spirits weary but unbroken. As they stepped out into the light of day, they knew that their journey was far from over, that the echoes of the past would linger in their hearts for years to come. But they also knew that they had emerged stronger, their bond forged in the crucible of adversity. With a sense of closure in their hearts, Evelyn and Adrian bid farewell to the Whispering Gallery, their footsteps echoing in the empty space. And as they walked away from the cathedral, they knew that they carried with them the echoes of a journey that would stay with them forever. For in the end, it was not the whispers of the past that defined them, but the strength and resilience they found in each other, a bond that would endure long after the echoes had faded into silence. As Evelyn and Adrian delved deeper into the labyrinthine corridors of the cathedral, they stumbled upon a hidden chamber concealed behind a veil of shadows. With trepidation, they approached the mysterious alcove, its secrets beckoning them closer. As they parted the veil, they uncovered a trove of ancient artifacts, relics from a bygone era, each shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Among them lay a weathered tome, its pages filled with cryptic symbols and arcane runes. With growing anticipation, Evelyn and Adrian pored over the ancient text, their minds racing to unlock its secrets. But as they deciphered its enigmatic passages, they realized that the truth they sought lay not in the words themselves, but in the echoes of the past that reverberated through the cathedral's ancient halls. With newfound determination, they resolved to uncover the mysteries that lay buried within the cathedral's depths, guided by the whispers that echoed in the darkness. As Evelyn and Adrian ventured deeper into the Whispering Gallery, they were haunted by the specters of the past, ghostly echoes of those who had come before them. With each step they took, the echoes grew louder, the voices of the long-departed swirling around them like a spectral chorus. But instead of instilling fear, they filled Evelyn and Adrian with a sense of purpose, a determination to uncover the truth, no matter the cost. As they listened to the whispers that danced along the gallery's curved walls, they began to piece together the fragments of the puzzle, each revelation bringing them closer to the heart of the mystery. And as they stood amidst the echoes of the past, Evelyn and Adrian knew that they were not alone, that the spirits of those who had gone before them were guiding their every step. With renewed resolve, they pressed on, their hearts ablaze with the knowledge that the answers they sought lay just beyond the veil of shadows. In the final confrontation with the forces of darkness, Evelyn and Adrian stood united against the shadows that threatened to engulf them. With every fiber of their beings, they fought against the tide of deceit and betrayal, their voices rising above the whispers that sought to silence them. And as they faced their greatest challenge yet, they knew that they could not falter, that the echoes of justice demanded nothing less than their absolute commitment. With steely resolve, they confronted the darkness head-on, their spirits undaunted by the trials that lay ahead. And as they emerged victorious, they knew that they had not only vanquished the shadows that lurked within the cathedral's ancient walls, but had also laid to rest the ghosts of the past. For in the end, it was not the whispers of the past that defined them, but the strength and courage they found in each other, a bond that would endure long after the echoes had faded into silence. As Evelyn and Adrian emerged from the depths of the cathedral, they were met with the light of dawn, a symbol of hope and renewal after the darkness that had threatened to consume them. With hearts full of gratitude, they bid farewell to the Whispering Gallery, its echoes fading into the distance as they stepped out into the world beyond. And as they walked away from the cathedral, they knew that they carried with them the echoes of a journey that had tested their courage and resolve, a journey that had ultimately led them to redemption. For in the end, it was not the whispers of the past that defined them, but the choices they made in the face of adversity, the choices that had led them to triumph over darkness and emerge into the light of a new day. As Evelyn and Adrian emerged from the cathedral, they were met with a chilling revelation, a revelation that would shake the very foundations of their beliefs. Standing before them was a figure from Evelyn's past, a former colleague whose betrayal had left scars that ran deep. With a cold smile, he revealed himself to be the mastermind behind the conspiracy that had claimed Victor Blackwood's life. Forced to confront the ghosts of her past, Evelyn found herself torn between her duty as a detective and the personal vendetta that burned within her heart. But as she stared into the eyes of her nemesis, she knew that the time for reckoning had come. With Adrian at her side, Evelyn plunged headlong into the heart of darkness, determined to uncover the truth no matter the cost. And as they raced against time to stop the conspiracy from unfolding, they knew that their journey was far from over. In the final showdown, Evelyn and Adrian faced off against their adversaries, their courage tested to its limits. With the cathedral's ancient walls bearing witness, They fought with everything they had, their determination unyielding in the face of overwhelming odds. And as the echoes of their struggle reverberated through the Whispering Gallery, they knew that their fate, and the fate of all who had come before them, hung in the balance. But in the end, it was not the strength of their fists but the power of their convictions that carried them through. With a final surge of resolve, they emerged victorious, their adversaries defeated and justice restored. As they stood amidst the rubble of their confrontation, Evelyn and Adrian knew that their journey had come to an end. But as they looked to the future, they knew that the echoes of their triumph would resonate for generations to come. In the aftermath of the conflict, Evelyn and Adrian found themselves grappling with the echoes of their past, echoes that refused to fade away. Haunted by the memories of their ordeal, they sought solace in each other's company, their bond stronger than ever before. But even as they tried to move on, they knew that the scars of their journey would linger, a constant reminder of the trials they had faced. And yet, amidst the darkness, there was also light, a glimmer of hope that shone through the shadows. With the conspiracy thwarted and justice served, Evelyn and Adrian could finally begin to rebuild their lives, knowing that they had emerged from the darkness stronger and more resilient than ever before. As they looked to the horizon, they knew that their journey was far from over, that new challenges awaited them on the horizon. But with the echoes of the past guiding their way, they stepped forward into the unknown, ready to face whatever the future held in store. In the aftermath of their victory, doubts crept into Evelyn's mind like tendrils of shadow, threatening to unravel the truth she had fought so hard to uncover. As she delved deeper into the case files, she unearthed discrepancies and inconsistencies that cast doubt on everything she thought she knew. Questions swirled in her mind, tormenting her with their elusive answers. Adrian, too, wrestled with uncertainty, haunted by the specter of his brother's death. He confided in Evelyn, sharing his fears and insecurities, their bond growing stronger with each confession. Together, they embarked on a new investigation, determined to uncover the hidden truths that lay buried beneath layers of deception. But as they delved deeper into the darkness, they knew that the echoes of doubt would follow them every step of the way. As Evelyn and Adrian delved deeper into their investigation, they uncovered a web of betrayal that stretched far beyond the cathedral's ancient walls. Secrets emerged from the shadows, revealing alliances forged in treachery and deceit. Friends became foes, and enemies lurked in the most unexpected of places. Caught in the crossfire of conflicting loyalties, Evelyn and Adrian found themselves on opposite sides of the battlefield, their trust tested to its breaking point. But amidst the chaos, a glimmer of hope emerged, a beacon of light in the darkness. With determination in their hearts, Evelyn and Adrian forged ahead, ready to confront the shadows of betrayal that threatened to tear them apart. In the heart of the cathedral, Evelyn and Adrian confronted the source of the conspiracy, a shadowy organization whose reach extended far beyond their wildest imaginings. With evidence in hand, they faced off against their adversaries, their courage bolstered by the knowledge that they fought for truth and justice. But as they prepared for the final showdown, they were met with a revelation that shook them to their core, a betrayal from within their own ranks. With the odds stacked against them, Evelyn and Adrian rallied together, their determination unwavering in the face of adversity. And as they braved the depths of the cathedral once more, they knew that the echoes of their struggle would resonate for generations to come. In the final confrontation, Evelyn and Adrian emerged victorious, their adversaries vanquished, and the truth finally laid bare. With justice served, they stood amidst the rubble of their triumph, their hearts heavy with the weight of their journey. But even as they grappled with the aftermath, they found solace in the knowledge that they had prevailed against all odds. As they emerged from the cathedral's depths, Evelyn and Adrian were met with the dawn of a new day, a day filled with promise and possibility. With the echoes of their victory ringing in their ears, they knew that they had emerged from the darkness stronger and more resilient than ever before. And as they looked to the future, they knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, their bond unbreakable in the face of adversity. As Evelyn and Adrian delved deeper into the investigation, they unearthed long-buried secrets hidden within the cathedral's ancient walls. Among the dusty archives, they discovered documents detailing a centuries-old conspiracy, one that reached far beyond the confines of the Whispering Gallery. Their findings led them to a hidden chamber beneath the cathedral, where they uncovered evidence of clandestine meetings and shadowy dealings. It became apparent that the cathedral had been a hub of intrigue for generations, its secrets guarded by those who would stop at nothing to protect them. But as Evelyn and Adrian pieced together the puzzle, they realized that the truth was more elusive than they had ever imagined. With danger lurking around every corner, they knew that they had stumbled upon something far more sinister than they had bargained for. Armed with their newfound knowledge, Evelyn and Adrian embarked on a race against time to expose the conspiracy before it was too late. But little did they know that their investigation would lead them down a path fraught with peril, where betrayal lurked in the shadows and the echoes of the past threatened to consume them whole. In their quest for the truth, Evelyn and Adrian uncovered a network of individuals with ties to the cathedral's dark past. This sinister cabal operated in the shadows, pulling the strings of power and manipulating events to suit their nefarious agenda. As Evelyn delved deeper into the cabal's activities, she discovered that they had been responsible for orchestrating Victor Blackwood's demise, a calculated move designed to silence him before he could expose their secrets to the world. With the stakes higher than ever, Evelyn and Adrian found themselves ensnared in a deadly game of cat and mouse. Every step they took brought them closer to the truth, but it also drew the attention of those who would stop at nothing to protect their interests. But Evelyn refused to back down, her determination fueled by a burning desire for justice. With Adrian by her side, she vowed to bring the cabal to its knees and expose the truth once and for all. Little did they know that their investigation would lead them to the very heart of the conspiracy, where they would come face to face with their most formidable adversary yet, a shadowy figure whose influence extended far beyond the cathedral's walls. As Evelyn and Adrian closed in on the cabal's inner circle, they found themselves racing against time to prevent a catastrophic event that threatened to plunge the city into chaos. With each passing moment, the tension mounted, the weight of their mission pressing down upon them like a crushing weight. But they refused to be deterred, their determination unwavering in the face of overwhelming odds. Their investigation led them to a remote location on the outskirts of the city, where they discovered the cabal's secret headquarters hidden beneath an abandoned warehouse. Inside, they found evidence of a diabolical plot to unleash havoc upon the unsuspecting populace, a plot that Evelyn and Adrian were determined to thwart at any cost. But as they prepared to confront their adversaries head-on, they knew that time was running out. With the fate of the city hanging in the balance, they braced themselves for the final showdown, knowing that the echoes of their struggle would reverberate through the ages. In the climactic battle against the cabal, Evelyn and Adrian faced their greatest challenge yet. With danger lurking around every corner, they fought with all their strength and determination, their resolve unbroken in the face of overwhelming odds. But just when it seemed that all hope was lost, a glimmer of light appeared on the horizon, a beacon of hope that illuminated the darkness and gave them the strength to carry on. With renewed vigor, Evelyn and Adrian pressed forward, their hearts aflame with the fire of justice. And as they confronted their adversaries head-on, they knew that victory was within their grasp. In the end, it was not the strength of their fists but the power of their convictions that carried them through. With the cabal defeated and their secrets laid bare, Evelyn and Adrian emerged triumphant, their mission accomplished and their honor restored. As they stood amidst the rubble of their final battle, they knew that their journey was far from over. But with the echoes of their victory ringing in their ears, they looked to the future with hope and optimism, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. With the cabal dismantled and their nefarious plans thwarted, Evelyn and Adrian faced the daunting task of rebuilding their lives in the wake of the chaos. But as they emerged from the shadows, they found that the scars of their ordeal ran deeper than they had ever imagined. Haunted by the memories of their confrontation with the cabal, Evelyn struggled to find solace in the quiet moments of everyday life. Nightmares plagued her sleep, vivid images of danger and betrayal seared into her mind. Despite Adrian's unwavering support, she found herself grappling with feelings of guilt and uncertainty. Meanwhile, Adrian wrestled with his own demons, the weight of their shared trauma bearing down upon him like a heavy burden. As he sought to come to terms with the events that had transpired, he found himself questioning his own role in the grand scheme of things. Had he done enough to make a difference? Or had he simply been swept along by forces beyond his control? Together, Evelyn and Adrian embarked on a journey of healing, their bond stronger than ever before. But as they navigated the uncertain terrain of recovery, they knew that the echoes of their past would continue to shape their future in ways they could never have imagined. Just when Evelyn and Adrian thought they had put the horrors of the past behind them, a new threat emerged, one that struck at the very heart of their newfound peace. A shadowy figure from their past resurfaced, seeking revenge for their role in dismantling the Cabal. With a ruthless determination, he set out to destroy everything they held dear, leaving a trail of destruction in his wake. As Evelyn and Adrian found themselves once again thrust into the midst of danger, they knew that they had no choice but to confront their adversary head-on. With their lives hanging in the balance, they braced themselves for the final reckoning, knowing that only one of them would emerge victorious. But as they faced off against their nemesis, they discovered that the true battle lay not in the physical realm, but in the strength of their convictions. With courage and determination, they stood their ground, refusing to be intimidated by the forces arrayed against them. In the end, it was not the might of their enemy, but the power of their unity that carried them through. As they emerged from the crucible of conflict, Evelyn and Adrian knew that they had triumphed once again, their bond stronger than ever before. With their adversary vanquished and their ordeal finally at an end, Evelyn and Adrian embarked on a new chapter of their lives, a chapter filled with hope and promise for the future. Together, they forged ahead, leaving the shadows of the past behind them as they embraced the opportunities that lay ahead. With each passing day, they found strength in their shared experiences, their bond deepening with every challenge they faced. As they looked to the horizon, they knew that their journey was far from over. But with the echoes of their triumphs and trials guiding their way, they stepped forward into the unknown, ready to face whatever the future held in store. For Evelyn and Adrian, the road ahead was uncertain, but they faced it with courage and determination, knowing that as long as they stood together, they could overcome any obstacle that came their way. And as they walked hand in hand into the dawn of a new day, they knew that their story was far from over, it was just beginning. Amidst the aftermath of their recent trials, Evelyn and Adrian found themselves confronting a legacy they never expected. Within the depths of the cathedral's archives, they stumbled upon records of a long-forgotten ancestor, someone whose actions held the key to unraveling the mysteries that still haunted the present day. Determined to uncover the truth, Evelyn and Adrian embarked on a journey through time, tracing the footsteps of their ancestor across centuries of history. As they delved deeper into the past, they unearthed secrets that shed light on the origins of the conspiracy that had threatened to destroy them. But with each revelation came new questions, new challenges to overcome. As they navigated the twists and turns of history, they found themselves drawn into a web of intrigue that spanned generations, connecting them to events they had never imagined possible. With the echoes of the past guiding their way, Evelyn and Adrian pressed forward, driven by a shared determination to uncover the truth at any cost. Little did they know that their quest would lead them to the very heart of the conspiracy, where they would come face to face with their greatest challenge yet. As Evelyn and Adrian delved deeper into their ancestors' past, they uncovered a tale of betrayal and deceit that echoed through the ages. It seemed that their ancestor had been embroiled in a conspiracy of his own, one that had ultimately led to his downfall. Haunted by the echoes of their ancestors' betrayal, Evelyn and Adrian found themselves grappling with their own sense of guilt and uncertainty. Could they truly trust each other in the face of such overwhelming odds? Or were they doomed to repeat the mistakes of the past? With tensions running high, they embarked on a journey of self-discovery, each seeking answers to questions that had long plagued them. But as they delved deeper into their own psyches, they discovered that the true enemy lay not in the shadows of the past, but within themselves. As they confronted their inner demons, Evelyn and Adrian forged a newfound sense of trust and understanding, their bond stronger than ever before. With their eyes set firmly on the future, they vowed to face whatever challenges lay ahead together, knowing that as long as they stood united, they could overcome any obstacle in their path. In the final act of their journey, Evelyn and Adrian found themselves standing on the precipice of destiny, their hearts heavy with the weight of the choices that lay before them. With the echoes of the past ringing in their ears, they knew that the time had come to confront their greatest challenge yet. As they faced off against their adversaries, they found themselves tested in ways they had never imagined possible. But with courage and determination, they pressed forward, refusing to be swayed by the whispers of doubt that threatened to consume them. In the heat of battle, they discovered a strength they never knew they possessed, a strength born of their shared experiences and unwavering resolve. With every blow they struck, they pushed back against the darkness, inching ever closer to victory. And when the dust finally settled, Evelyn and Adrian emerged triumphant, their adversaries vanquished and their honor restored. As they stood amidst the ruins of their final battle, they knew that their journey was far from over, but with the echoes of their triumph ringing in their ears, they looked to the future with hope and optimism, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. United in their quest for justice and redemption. Just when Evelyn and Adrian believed they had uncovered all the secrets buried within the cathedral's archives, they stumbled upon a hidden revelation that shook the very foundation of their understanding. Amongst the dusty tomes and faded manuscripts, they found a cryptic journal written by a former member of the Cabal. The journal contained clues to a hidden chamber within the cathedral, one that held the key to unlocking a power beyond their wildest imaginations. Driven by curiosity and a thirst for knowledge, Evelyn and Adrian embarked on a perilous journey to uncover the chamber's secrets. But as they delved deeper into the cathedral's labyrinthine depths, they soon realized they were not alone. A rival faction, aware of their discovery, sought to claim the chamber's power for themselves. With danger lurking around every corner, Evelyn and Adrian found themselves locked in a deadly race against time, a race that would determine the fate of not only themselves but the world as they knew it. As Evelyn and Adrian ventured deeper into the hidden chamber, they encountered a series of trials designed to test their resolve and worthiness. Each challenge pushed them to their limits, forcing them to confront their deepest fears and darkest secrets. But amidst the trials, they discovered a guardian, a mysterious figure tasked with protecting the chamber's secrets from those who would seek to exploit them for their own gain. The guardian, a formidable presence cloaked in shadow, offered them guidance and wisdom, urging them to prove themselves worthy of the power they sought. With the guardian's help, Evelyn and Adrian navigated the treacherous trials, their bond growing stronger with each obstacle they overcame. But as they drew closer to the chamber's heart, they realized that the true test lay not in their physical strength, but in their ability to resist the allure of power and temptation. Just as Evelyn and Adrian reached the threshold of the chamber, they were confronted by a shocking betrayal, one that threatened to unravel everything they had worked so hard to achieve. A trusted ally, driven by greed and ambition, revealed their true colors, siding with the rival faction in a bid to claim the chamber's power for themselves. With Evelyn and Adrian at their mercy, they seemed poised to succeed in their nefarious scheme. But in the face of betrayal, Evelyn and Adrian refused to yield. With courage and determination, they fought back against their adversary, their bond stronger than ever in the face of adversity. In a climactic showdown, they emerged victorious, thwarting the traitor's plans and reclaiming the chamber's power for themselves. But the betrayal left scars that ran deep, testing their trust in others and forcing them to question their own judgment. As Evelyn and Adrian stood on the brink of victory, they faced a heartbreaking choice, one that would determine the fate of the chamber's power and the world itself. In order to prevent the power from falling into the wrong hands, they realized that they would need to make the ultimate sacrifice. With heavy hearts, they prepared to destroy the chamber and its secrets, knowing that it was the only way to ensure that the power would never be used for evil again. But as they prepared to carry out their plan, they were confronted by the Guardian, who revealed a shocking truth that the power contained within the chamber was not inherently evil, but merely a tool that could be wielded for both good and ill. With this revelation weighing heavily on their minds, Evelyn and Adrian faced a dilemma. Should they destroy the power and risk losing a valuable weapon against future threats? Or should they embrace it, knowing that with great power came great responsibility? In the end, they made their decision, knowing that whatever the outcome, they would face it together, united in their quest for justice and redemption. And as they stood side by side, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, they knew that their journey was far from over. After the revelation and the choice they made, Evelyn and Adrian faced the consequences of their actions. Destroying the chamber's power had unforeseen repercussions, causing disruptions in the balance of forces within the city. As chaos ensued, Evelyn and Adrian found themselves grappling with guilt and doubt. Had they made the right decision? Or had they unwittingly unleashed a greater evil upon the world? Amidst the turmoil, they encountered resistance from those who sought to exploit the power vacuum created by the destruction of the chamber. With danger lurking around every corner, Evelyn and Adrian realized that they needed to act quickly to restore order and prevent further catastrophe. But as they sought to right the wrongs they had inadvertently caused, they discovered that the true enemy was not an external force, but the darkness within themselves. With each passing moment, they struggled to come to terms with the consequences of their actions, knowing that the road ahead would be fraught with challenges and uncertainty. In the wake of the chaos, Evelyn and Adrian embarked on a journey of redemption, a quest to atone for their past mistakes and restore balance to the world they had inadvertently thrown into turmoil. With humility and determination, they sought out those who had been affected by the destruction of the Chamber's power, offering aid and assistance wherever they could. Through acts of selflessness and compassion, they began to earn the trust and respect of those around them, slowly but surely rebuilding the bridges they had burned. But as they worked tirelessly to right the wrongs of the past, they encountered resistance from those who still harbored resentment and mistrust. With patience and perseverance, they sought to win over their detractors, showing through their actions that they were committed to making amends for the damage they had caused. As they journeyed through the city, Evelyn and Adrian discovered that redemption was not a destination, but a journey, a continuous process of growth and self-discovery. And as they walked the path of redemption together, they knew that no matter how difficult the road ahead, they would face it with courage and determination, united in their quest to make amends for the past and build a brighter future for all. Amidst their quest for redemption, Evelyn and Adrian experienced a moment of clarity, an epiphany that changed their perspective on their journey and their place in the world. As they reflected on their past mistakes and the challenges they had faced, they realized that true redemption lay not in seeking forgiveness from others, but in finding forgiveness within themselves. They understood that they could not change the past, but they could choose how to move forward from it. With this newfound understanding, they embraced their flaws and imperfections, recognizing them as part of what made them human. They learned to forgive themselves for their past mistakes, understanding that growth and self-improvement were lifelong processes. Armed with this realization, Evelyn and Adrian continued their journey with renewed purpose and determination. They knew that the road ahead would not be easy, but they faced it with optimism and resilience, knowing that as long as they stayed true to themselves, they would find redemption in the end. In the midst of their quest for redemption, Evelyn and Adrian found themselves forging an unlikely alliance with former adversaries. As they worked together to restore order to the city, they discovered common ground and a shared sense of purpose that transcended their past conflicts. With their newfound allies at their side, Evelyn and Adrian embarked on a series of daring missions to root out corruption and injustice wherever it lurked. Through acts of bravery and selflessness, they began to earn the respect and admiration of the city's inhabitants, solidifying their reputation as champions of justice. But as they delved deeper into their investigations, they uncovered a shocking revelation, a conspiracy so vast and insidious that it threatened to consume the entire city. With danger lurking around every corner, Evelyn and Adrian realized that they would need to rely on their allies more than ever if they were to have any hope of stopping the conspiracy in its tracks. As Evelyn and Adrian worked tirelessly to unravel the conspiracy, they discovered that one of their closest allies had been secretly working against them all along. Shocked and dismayed by this revelation, they struggled to come to terms with the betrayal, questioning everything they thought they knew about trust and loyalty. But amidst the chaos, they also uncovered evidence that the conspiracy ran deeper than they had ever imagined, reaching into the highest echelons of power within the city. With their ally turned enemy hot on their heels, Evelyn and Adrian realized that they would need to act quickly if they were to have any hope of stopping the conspiracy from succeeding. With their backs against the wall, they devised a daring plan to expose the truth and bring the conspirators to justice once and for all. But as they prepared to confront their adversaries head-on, they knew that the stakes had never been higher, and the outcome of their struggle would determine the fate of the city itself. In the climactic showdown with the conspirators, Evelyn and Adrian found themselves facing their greatest challenge yet. With danger lurking around every corner, they fought with all their strength and determination, their courage unyielding in the face of overwhelming odds. But as the battle raged on, they realized that victory would not come easily. The conspirators were well organized and well equipped, and they seemed determined to stop Evelyn and Adrian at any cost. With their allies by their side, Evelyn and Adrian pressed forward, their resolve unwavering in the face of adversity. With each blow they struck, they pushed back against the darkness, inching ever closer to victory. And when the dust finally settled, Evelyn and Adrian emerged triumphant, their adversaries defeated and their city safe once more. As they stood amidst the ruins of their final battle, they knew that their journey was far from over, but with the support of their allies and the determination in their hearts, they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. United in their quest for justice and redemption. In the aftermath of their victory against the conspiracy, Evelyn and Adrian stumbled upon a shocking revelation that turned their understanding of the situation upside down. Through careful investigation and a stroke of luck, they uncovered evidence suggesting that the conspiracy was merely a smokescreen for a much larger and more sinister plot. As they pieced together the fragments of information, they realized that they had been manipulated from the very beginning by forces they had never anticipated. With their newfound knowledge, Evelyn and Adrian embarked on a desperate race against time to unravel the true nature of the conspiracy and expose the puppet masters pulling the strings from the shadows. But as they delved deeper into the mystery, they soon discovered that their adversaries were more powerful and elusive than they had ever imagined. With danger lurking around every corner, they realized that they were up against an enemy unlike any they had faced before, one that would stop at nothing to protect its secrets. As Evelyn and Adrian closed in on the truth, they realized that they were running out of time. With their adversaries closing in, they knew that they would need to take drastic action if they were to have any hope of stopping the conspiracy once and for all. In a daring gambit, they decided to infiltrate the heart of the enemy's operations, risking everything to uncover the truth and bring the conspirators to justice. Disguised and armed with nothing but their wits, Evelyn and Adrian infiltrated the enemy's stronghold, navigating a maze of traps and obstacles designed to thwart intruders at every turn. But as they pressed forward, they soon realized that they were not alone. A shadowy figure lurked in the darkness, watching their every move with cold, calculating eyes. With danger closing in from all sides, Evelyn and Adrian knew that they were walking into a trap. But with the fate of the city hanging in the balance, they had no choice but to press on, hoping against hope that they could outwit their adversaries and emerge victorious. In the heart of the enemy's stronghold, Evelyn and Adrian finally came face to face with the mastermind behind the conspiracy, a figure they had never expected, whose true identity sent shockwaves reverberating through their very being. As the truth was revealed, Evelyn and Adrian realized that they had been pawns in a much larger game, manipulated by forces beyond their control. The conspiracy was merely a means to an end, a distraction designed to divert their attention from the true threat lurking in the shadows. With their backs against the wall, Evelyn and Adrian found themselves locked in a desperate battle for survival, their every move countered by the enemy's cunning and ruthlessness. But as the stakes grew higher and the danger more imminent, they refused to back down, drawing upon all their strength and resolve to confront the enemy head-on. In a final showdown that would determine the fate of the city and everyone in it, Evelyn and Adrian fought with all their might, their courage unwavering in the face of overwhelming odds. And when the dust finally settled, they emerged victorious, their adversaries defeated and the city saved from certain destruction. As they stood amidst the ruins of their final battle, they knew that their journey was far from over, but with the echoes of their triumph ringing in their ears, they looked to the future with hope and determination, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. United in their quest for justice and redemption. In the aftermath of their victory, Evelyn and Adrian received an unexpected message from an enigmatic figure who claimed to have vital information about the true nature of the conspiracy. Curious but cautious, they arranged to meet the mysterious informant in a secluded location on the outskirts of the city. As they waited nervously, they were surprised to find themselves face to face with a woman whose identity was shrouded in secrecy. Introducing herself as Dr. Lydia Rousseau, the woman revealed that she was a former member of the conspiracy, but had grown disillusioned with their sinister agenda. She offered to assist Evelyn and Adrian in their ongoing investigation, providing them with valuable insights into the inner workings of the organization. Reluctant to trust a stranger, Evelyn and Adrian were initially wary of Dr. Rousseau's motives. But as they listened to her story and weighed the evidence she presented, they realized that they had no choice but to accept her help if they were to have any hope of uncovering the truth. With Dr. Rousseau's assistance, Evelyn and Adrian delved deeper into the conspiracy, following a trail of clues that led them to the heart of the enemy's operations. But as they drew closer to the truth, they realized that they were not the only ones hunting for answers. As Evelyn, Adrian, and Dr. Rousseau continued their investigation, they soon became aware that they were being shadowed by a group of mysterious figures who seemed intent on thwarting their efforts at every turn. Despite their best efforts to evade their pursuers, Evelyn and Adrian found themselves constantly one step behind, their every move anticipated and countered by their elusive adversaries. Determined to uncover the truth, they embarked on a dangerous game of cat and mouse, weaving through the city's labyrinthine streets in a desperate bid to shake off their pursuers and find a safe haven where they could regroup and strategize. But as the chase intensified and the danger grew ever more imminent, Evelyn and Adrian realized that they were running out of options. With their backs against the wall and their enemies closing in, they knew that they would need to rely on their wits and cunning if they were to have any hope of emerging from this deadly game alive. In a daring escape from their pursuers, Evelyn, Adrian, and Dr. Rousseau managed to find refuge in a hidden safe house on the outskirts of the city. As they caught their breath and regrouped, they began to piece together the puzzle of the conspiracy, connecting the dots in a web of deceit and intrigue that stretched far beyond anything they had ever imagined. Through Dr. Rousseau's insider knowledge and Evelyn and Adrian's investigative prowess, they uncovered evidence of a clandestine plot to destabilize the city and seize control of its most valuable resources. But even as they uncovered the truth, they realized that their enemies were one step ahead, and that time was running out to stop them. With their backs against the wall and the fate of the city hanging in the balance, Evelyn, Adrian, and Dr. Rousseau prepared to confront their adversaries head-on. But little did they know that the true mastermind behind the conspiracy was someone they had never suspected, a figure from Evelyn's past whose betrayal would shake her to her core and change the course of their investigation forever. In the aftermath of their victory, Evelyn and Adrian received an unexpected message from an enigmatic figure who claimed to have vital information about the true nature of the conspiracy. Curious but cautious, they arranged to meet the mysterious informant in a secluded location on the outskirts of the city. As they waited nervously, they were surprised to find themselves face to face with a woman whose identity was shrouded in secrecy. Introducing herself as Dr. Lydia Rousseau, the woman revealed that she was a former member of the conspiracy, but had grown disillusioned with their sinister agenda. She offered to assist Evelyn and Adrian in their ongoing investigation, providing them with valuable insights into the inner workings of the organization. Reluctant to trust a stranger, Evelyn and Adrian were initially wary of Dr. Rousseau's motives. But as they listened to her story and weighed the evidence she presented, they realized that they had no choice but to accept her help if they were to have any hope of uncovering the truth. With Dr. Rousseau's assistance, Evelyn and Adrian delved deeper into the conspiracy, following a trail of clues that led them to the heart of the enemy's operations. But as they drew closer to the truth, they realized that they were not the only ones hunting for answers. As Evelyn, Adrian, and Dr. Rousseau continued their investigation, they soon became aware that they were being shadowed by a group of mysterious figures who seemed intent on thwarting their efforts at every turn. Despite their best efforts to evade their pursuers, Evelyn and Adrian found themselves constantly one step behind, their every move anticipated and countered by their elusive adversaries. Determined to uncover the truth, they embarked on a dangerous game of cat and mouse, weaving through the city's labyrinthine streets in a desperate bid to shake off their pursuers and find a safe haven where they could regroup and strategize. But as the chase intensified and the danger grew ever more imminent, Evelyn and Adrian realized that they were running out of options. With their backs against the wall and their enemies closing in, they knew that they would need to rely on their wits and cunning if they were to have any hope of emerging from this deadly game alive. In a daring escape from their pursuers, Evelyn, Adrian, and Dr. Rousseau managed to find refuge in a hidden safe house on the outskirts of the city. As they caught their breath and regrouped, they began to piece together the puzzle of the conspiracy, connecting the dots in a web of deceit and intrigue that stretched far beyond anything they had ever imagined. Through Dr. Rousseau's insider knowledge and Evelyn and Adrian's investigative prowess, they uncovered evidence of a clandestine plot to destabilize the city and seize control of its most valuable resources. But even as they uncovered the truth, they realized that their enemies were one step ahead, and that time was running out to stop them. With their backs against the wall and the fate of the city hanging in the balance, Evelyn, Adrian, and Dr. Rousseau prepared to confront their adversaries head-on. But little did they know that the true mastermind behind the conspiracy was someone they had never suspected, a figure from Evelyn's past whose betrayal would shake her to her core and change the course of their investigation forever. As the investigation reached its climax, Evelyn found herself confronted with ghosts from her past that she had long thought buried. A chance encounter with an old acquaintance dredged up memories of a time she had tried to forget, a time when she had been a pawn in a game much larger than herself. Haunted by the shadows of her past, Evelyn struggled to come to terms with the secrets she had kept hidden for so long. But as the pieces of the puzzle fell into place, she realized that her past was intricately linked to the conspiracy she had been fighting against, a revelation that shook her to the core. With the truth laid bare, Evelyn found herself torn between loyalty to her friends and the desire to protect her own secrets. But as the stakes grew higher and the danger more imminent, she knew that she could no longer hide from the truth. With courage and determination, she faced her demons head-on, ready to confront the past and forge a new path forward. As Evelyn grappled with her past, Adrian found himself facing a dilemma of his own, a choice that would test his loyalty and his resolve. Caught between his desire to protect Evelyn and his duty to uncover the truth, Adrian found himself torn between two conflicting loyalties. But as the investigation intensified and the danger grew ever more imminent, he realized that he could no longer remain on the sidelines. With his heart heavy with uncertainty, Adrian made a decision that would change the course of the investigation forever. Drawing upon all his strength and courage, he resolved to stand by Evelyn's side, no matter the cost. But as they embarked on the final leg of their journey, Adrian knew that the path ahead would be fraught with danger and uncertainty. With the weight of the world on his shoulders, he braced himself for the challenges that lay ahead, knowing that the fate of the city depended on his actions. In the heart of the city, Evelyn, Adrian, and Dr. Rousseau prepared to confront their adversaries in a final showdown that would determine the fate of the conspiracy once and for all. Armed with courage and determination, they faced their enemies head-on, their every move calculated and precise. But as the battle raged on, they soon realized that they were outnumbered and outmatched, their adversaries relentless in their pursuit of power. With danger closing in from all sides, Evelyn, Adrian, and Dr. Rousseau fought with all their might, their every action fueled by a fierce determination to protect the city and its inhabitants from harm. But just when it seemed that all hope was lost, they received unexpected assistance from an unlikely source, a group of ordinary citizens who had been inspired by their bravery and determination to stand up and fight for what was right. With their newfound allies by their side, Evelyn, Adrian, and Dr. Rousseau rallied together, their strength renewed by the support of those who believed in their cause. And as they pressed forward into the heart of the enemy's stronghold, they knew that victory was within their grasp, ready to reclaim the city from the clutches of darkness and usher in a new era of hope and prosperity. As the final battle raged on, Evelyn, Adrian, and their allies fought with unwavering determination against the forces of darkness that threatened to engulf the city. With every blow they struck, they pushed back against the tide of despair, their courage shining brightly in the face of overwhelming odds. But as the dust settled and the echoes of their victory faded into the night, Evelyn and Adrian knew that their journey was far from over. The city lay in ruins, its streets littered with the remnants of their struggle, but amidst the destruction, there flickered a glimmer of hope, a beacon of light that refused to be extinguished. With the support of their allies and the determination in their hearts, Evelyn and Adrian set about rebuilding the city from the ground up, brick by brick, hope by hope. Together, they forged a new future for themselves and their fellow citizens, united in their commitment to creating a better world for generations to come. And as the first rays of dawn broke through the darkness, casting a warm glow over the city's skyline, Evelyn and Adrian knew that they had achieved something truly remarkable. For in the ashes of the old world, they had found the seeds of a new beginning, a future filled with endless possibilities and boundless potential. As they stood hand in hand, gazing out at the city they had fought so hard to protect, Evelyn and Adrian knew that their journey was far from over. But with each new day, they would face it with courage and determination, ready to embrace whatever challenges lay ahead, knowing that as long as they stood together, they could overcome anything that came their way. And so, as the sun rose high in the sky, casting its warm embrace over the city, Evelyn and Adrian looked to the future with hope in their hearts and a renewed sense of purpose, ready to embark on the next chapter of their journey, a journey filled with adventure, discovery, and the promise of a brighter tomorrow.